Hey all, I'm Lucas, and I want to talk comics. Today, I want to talk about a couple new number ones that have recently hit shelves, setting off a new shared universe from IDW. That's right, we're talking about Godzilla and Godzilla Escape the Deadzone, kicking off the Kaisei era. These are my number one thoughts. That's right, Godzilla and Godzilla Escape the Deadzone are 2 out of 3 comics that will kick off a new era called the Kaisei era for Godzilla. And let's just take a second here to realize that Godzilla's kind of had a strong 2025 to kick things off. The wildly fun Godzilla heist I was a huge fan of, as well as Godzilla currently terrorizing the Marvel Universe, taking on all sorts of characters, and at the time of recording this, is in the process of destroying the Marvel Universe. Now, I will admit, I'm a pretty big Godzilla fan. I like the old movies, I like the new movies. Godzilla Minus One was amazing, and I had so much fun with it. So when I saw that IDW was launching a new Godzilla number 1, it was immediately getting added to the pull list. And when I found out it was a shared universe, 2 other comics were also being added to the pull list. But let's take a second here. Let's take a look at Godzilla, the mainline series from the Kaisei era. It is written by Tim Seeley. Art is by Nicola Sismesija. I apologize deeply. Colors are by Francisco Segala. The color assistant is Gloria Martinelli. Lettering and design by Nathan Whittick, and the editor is Jake Williams. In Godzilla number 1, we are introduced to this new alternate world where kaiju and Godzilla are real and running about, and we're also introduced to a team of characters who is set to take Godzilla down and protect the country. I'm going to read it off here so I don't get the characters' names wrong. Dr. Rumi Chiba, Nuki, Incense, Jet Jaguar, who only speaks in his 90s theme song, and it's hilarious. It's great. We have Riviera, the G-Force commander, but most importantly, we are introduced to our main character, Jason Braid, who is infused with the Kaisei energy, which is the energy that Godzilla has. It has some strong anime vibes to it, where we have this team, we have a main character that seems to be a little bit overpowered, and it just seems like we're gonna have a fun time having all sorts of fights with other kaiju as well as Godzilla here and there. But the dynamic between the team in this first issue I thought was really fun. We have some great funny moments. Like I said, Jet Jaguar only speaking in his theme song is just hilarious. It cracks me up every time it pops up. We're delivered with some great artwork, some great splash pages of Godzilla and other monsters, and it takes its time to set up the world and what we're going to get to. And I thought it was a great time, and I look forward for more. Obviously, can't get a lot of information out of number 1, but that's the whole point of number 1 thoughts, is the hype. Is it there? Are we excited? And I think we are. We've got a great twist at the end here that introduces a fun character, it seems like. And overall, I think this series is going to be a great time. It's got great art, great writing, great characters. It seems like it's just going to be action-packed and fun all the way down the road. So really excited to see where Godzilla goes. Within the pages of Godzilla, it mentions dead zones, and that's where we get to Godzilla Escape the Deadzone. Godzilla Escape the Deadzone is written by Ethan Parker and Griffin Sheridan. The art is by Pablo Tunica. The letters and design are by Nathan Whittick, and the editor is Jake Williams. So, mentioned in the pages of Godzilla, there are dead zones, and dead zones are essentially places that Godzilla is attacked, thus making them slightly uninhabitable. Think Megaton from Fallout or other Fallout video game universe cities that have kind of come up, where they're kind of ragged, they're kind of put together, a little rustic, and just kind of using the pieces and bits that have survived in order to make a fun city. So you can kind of see here we have like a cantina made up with big signs, painted stuff. Within these dead zones, we have more kaiju, we have more monsters, we even have mutations, which is where we meet our main character, who, similar to Fallout, is just named the Wanderer, and he is a half-lizard, half-man hybrid. Not really a big spoiler there. I mean, he's on the cover. So we're going to see his adventures as he navigates the dead zone and fights some of these monsters that pop up. There is some great artwork within these pages as well. Some great action, great designs on the creatures, which is always exciting. I also love the cover with the big guy in the background running away. So again, takes its time. It's not really doing a ton. It sets things up, has a little twist at the end to pique your interest, to kind of carry along a story. So hopefully we get some great human characters, we get some great mutant characters, as well as some great monsters down the road. I mean, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. I know Godzilla's kind of right up my alley. It's a little out there, it's a little wild. I like big monsters, what can I say? So early on here, between Godzilla number 1 and Godzilla Escape the Deadzone, I think there's a lot of promise for a new shared universe coming out. Now there is a third comic coming out, like I mentioned, and that one is Starship Godzilla, which is Mechagodzilla is a spaceship. that's enough for me. So we're gonna have Godzilla in space, flying around. Can't wait to see how it kind of blends in with the things that are currently happening on Earth, with all the kaiju and monsters and stuff like that. But again, I think IDW has set up a really strong front. A lot of great, interesting characters, a lot of great art, great action, some good writing, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And then just to geek out a little bit here, I'm going to go into a little bit of a spoiler territory, talk about the last pages of each of them. Like in Godzilla #1, where we meet a kaiju that can talk, that can communicate with people. Awesome design. Can't wait to see the full revealed design, where it's not just within shadows. What a fun twist, talking kaiju. And then at the end of Escape the Deadzone, we're introduced to a kaiju who is potentially being controlled by a little girl. So some mystery, some questions that need answered. I'm really excited to see where they go. I think they knocked it out of the park, and I'm excited. What more is there to say? But that's going to do it for this one. I know there's not a ton to talk about. They're just #1s, but I think that's the fun about talking about #1s and #1s only is where's the hype? Where's the story going to go? Let you speculate, let you think about it. It's new, it's exciting, it's fresh, and as I've said many times, I'm really excited to see where this era and shared universe will go. But that's going to do it for me. Have you read Godzilla and/or Godzilla Escape the Deadzone? Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about it, if you have, and like the video while you're down there, and subscribe to know the next time I release a video. That's going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care.